And welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Plus One. I am Commodore Tarek. When did we get promoted? Of the heavy cruiser GCS Sarah, as we continue our campaign against the evil Romulan Star Empire. And we are currently placing pressure on the planet here at 2012, which just so happens to be next to another planet called 1912, so I'm going to assume Romulus and Remus. But that is not exactly something we're going to be able to take on for a little while. As you can see, we are slightly dented, not horrifically, but a little bit. So we're probably going to have to keep on pecking away at things until we get a big enough ship to actually take on that planet. So let's get back underway, keep on messing around with things, and we can use this mission to sort of figure out just how badly damaged we are. Because I'll be completely honest with you, I do not remember. Hit that red alert, increase that speed. It looks like it's mostly an armor problem. We're at full power, we have no weapons offline, and our hull integrity appears to be at full percentage. So, okay, I guess nothing's actually broken. There's an enemy freighter currently online. We do have to scout it, which kind of sucks, because we have an armament capable of completely annihilating a freighter in one pass-ish. And if we gotta sit around and use our scanners on him, well, it feels like such a waste of time. I'm not detecting anything else in the area, and we have no allies, so it's just me and you, Mr. Freighter, Mono E Mono. Or I guess Mono E Lizard Person? Let's increase the speed of time. There's no reason not to. We are charging up and ready to rock. We'll prep the deep scan, that way it kicks on just as soon as we get into range. We will, of course, prepare a Plasma Torpedo S. Hopefully that will bait out a Wild Weasel from him that we can then follow up with every single other piece of plasma equipment that we possibly have. So closing in, range of 30, and closing closer. Small block freighters should not be out here. Shouldn't be out here late at night. You never know who might run into you. The Lunas Duo. So this is a proper Romulan ship. Okay, not really proper, but it is commanded by a Romulan of some description. Come on. There we go. We have all the required data. Deep scan off. Port side S torpedo. Fire. And that didn't bait the response I was expecting. Starboard side plasma torpedo fire. He's dead! Okay. So 2 plasma torpedoes that he did not attempt to either evade, shoot down, or dump a Wild Weasel on. He just kinda took it. I suppose to a certain extent we can applaud his bravery, but to a much greater extent, dude, what the heck. And that was 320 prestige. Wow, that's pretty impressive. We're going to go up here. We're going to try and generate a full-on supply line moving on. I don't know if that actually does anything in the game, but we're going to try for it. Also, it gives us cheap and easy cash, which we need pretty desperately. And it's a surprise reversed. Increase the speed. We are escorted by a dreadnought, but we'll take a look at him in a moment. We are currently fighting a light cruiser, frigate, a frigate, a frigate, and a frigate. So this light cruiser, quite obviously, is our primary target. Increase our speed just a little bit more, and we are not going to need a Wild Weasel, so we can go at flank speed of 13. Woo! We're escorted today by GCS Chromaticon, which is one of my favorite names in the entire Gorn Kingdom. I don't know why, but it feels impressive, and the Chromaticon being a Dreadnought F, which basically is just a slightly larger and more extended version of our ship. That is one downside of playing as Gorn. You don't really have different ship designs, which is different from how it is in vanilla, where you have several different kinds of ships. Most of them are blocky rectangles, but that's beside the point. Anyway, let's find that light cruiser again, because we're going to kill you. We are going to find you and blow you up. Continue to increase our speed. We're at 38.1, puts us at a speed of 25. Not bad, actually. And we'll increase the speed of time, because who wants to wait? And I'm going to prep only plasma torpedoes. We'll see if plasma torpedoes alone can do the killing. It's possible, maybe, if they're charged in time. And we'll slow back down to a more sane speed. And engage at a range of now. All the plasma torpedoes, oh my god! Such mass, such power. Didn't kill him. The phasers did. He is dead now. That makes me laugh. So we're going to continue to cruise around at a speed of 13 and just lay waste, I guess. I mean, they did make the mistake of being parked outside the random nebula. I'm not quite sure how to describe that. It looks a little bit like a cell, but it can't be. I'm hearing massive torpedo fire. I'm assuming that's from our Dreadnought F friend. How you doing? He seems to have fired his R-type plasma torpedo from beyond a range where it is actually effective. That's a little bit painful, actually. Just so much firepower. All of it wasted. Hi, I'm going to see if I can't kill you in one salvo. It didn't work. We only did 53 damage. We took out a whole bunch of systems, which is pretty cool, but he's not actually dead. We're going to send the reinforcements to the forward shield, see if we can't avoid, you know, the ship blowing up because we crashed through the enemy. Stern phasers continue to engage. Blow him up with this one? Didn't think so. Wow, okay, so he had managed to take 20 damage, I'm going to guess, from that. 20 damage from the R-type torpedo, I assume. 15 from the other torpedoes he fired. He has 2 S-type torpedoes, 2 F-type torpedoes, and a single R, so I'm going to assume the 15s were from the R, or from the S-type torpedoes. Hi, we're back. I'm going to fire more phasers at you, and if you would be so kind as to just die, that'll save us all a whole bunch of trouble and time here, which we're trying to save on. So we'll line up, we'll get everything nice and ready, and I'm really tempted just to increase the speed of time to maximum because it's a bit of a waste. Phasers, kill. Thank you. You. Plasma torpedoes, kill. This ought to kill him. Yeah, he's dead. And it's just you, my friend. Well, you and your friend over there, but he's gonna die. All of them select. Continue to shoot. Just lay into him. And more plasma torpedo fire. Wow, even from a reduced firepower shot like that, it still managed to utterly annihilate his vessel. We gotta get a dreadnought at some point. A really good one, though. Like a battleship. Or maybe a battleship carrier. Do the Gorn have battleship carriers? They use PFs, I believe. Another tile taken. We're gonna keep on this train of pain. That way we'll know exactly where this target is. Just simply because that'll be where our territory ends. Romulan vessels have been spotted. With red alert, increase that speed, and this time we're actually going to prepare a wild weasel. You never know. Could be a problem, and we want to be prepared for that problem. Nothing is currently on scanners. Shields are up. Increase our speed to our... Goodness, I am exhausted today. I've been trying to hold back that yawn for the past 5 minutes. Anyway. So we are wholly set up, doing our speed of 12. Our Wild Weasel is in the preparations. We still do not see the enemy, although I'm assuming it'll pop up somewhere around here just any moment now. Plasma torpedoes are a-charging, and we'll be able to start working on the shields. It seems we have found an enemy light cruiser. Dun dun dun! And is it just him? Because if it's just him, that makes my life a heck of a lot easier. So we will full power to forward shields, just in case, you know, we would like to avoid dying. Dying is bad. Winning great victories for the Confederation is good. Or something like that. Increase the speed of time. I do not feel like waiting forever for this. So that way we're lined up. Our first decoy's ready. We're going to prep a second decoy just in case, because Romulans, they tend to be tricksy and difficult to defeat. Hey, I'm willing to admit when I run into people who are very, very hard to kill. He is a pseudo-fighter tender. Oh god. Okay. So... there is a very simple concept that in plasma warfare, if you brought the numbers, you play to win. 1, 2 plasma torpedoes. He only has 2 Fs, but then he also has an additional 3 more. He did Wild Weasel to avoid. He is also cloaked. That's a problem. More plasma torpedoes incoming. Ugh, I just... dump it. So we are traveling at a speed where we can still move and use the decoy. So we have managed to eat all of that fire. So phasers, you have more. You had more? You each have 2 plasma torpedoes? What in the hell? Let's start getting ahead of this. This is a problem. Plasma torpedoes, start killing. I don't know what to do. The amount of pain that he is capable of inflicting on me is incredible. That's another one down. That one was a fake. That's nice to know. Hi. Any weapons get online right bloody now. Let's start repairing that, repairing that, repairing that. Not as many systems are destroyed as I thought. It's just kind of surprising when you lose a plasma torpedo. You're closer. Anything? Keep shooting. Keep firing. I don't care that we're taking a little bit of splashback damage. We've got to take this guy out. Getting hits on through. If he's allowed to prep, we don't want to fire our plasma torpedo. It's too good to lose. S-type plasma torpedoes to be wasted on something so small? Not on my watch. He's coming to cloak. All weapons fire. The plasma torpedo that I want to fire is on the other side of the ship. Okay, our shields managed to hold against that. That's pretty surprising, actually. Increase our speed. We need to be going faster, if you don't mind. There we go. All up and select. We may now engage at will. He's going quite quickly. So we need to finish charging up a whole bunch of weaponry. And that's real, I'm sure of it. I ordered full stop. You're not allowed to shoot your weapons at that point. Now the decoy shuttle is ready, although it will take us a turn to prep it. I don't think, though... Oh no, he does have that one definitely ready. I need a high energy turn right bloody now, and we need to unload all weapons onto him. Come on, please tell me you don't have a weasel. He did not have a weasel. We are about to have another F-type plasma torpedo online, but I'm not sure we'll be able to get it away in time before he pulls out arc. He's out of arc. Oh, that's not good. We do have a port side plasma S torpedo about to come online. Haha! Surprise to the face! Lots of systems not doing well. And you are my old wild weasel. Don't even need to pay attention to you. So we're causing a nice bit amount of damage, but he still has his plasma torpedo online. And we are in not a good place. Ow! Stop shooting through the holes in my ship. That hurt. Oh god. And now he's cloaking. Which, quite frankly, is really good for us because we're limping quite badly. There's really no other way to put it. Okay, patch the engines. We desperately need power back. I want these phasers back, and focus on the phaser ones that can fire fore and aft. And the shuttle bay. Oh crap, we lost our shuttle bay. We don't have enough parts to repair all the broken things on our boat. That's not good. We are going to need at least one good knockout punch to throw his way, though. So he's doing a speed of 5 right now. That is fast enough for us to hit him with a mine. And I may try and do it. Do we still have transporters? We do have transporters. We don't have any way to anchor him, but we have transporters. So there will be that. Just got to get on his tail, hold there until the end of time. Unfortunately, we're not in a great position to get onto his tail. I want to entice him to come out of cloak, but I don't want to get shot at when he does. Set to reinforce all, and we just do not have a shot with plasma right now. Like, we have the torpedoes, and we do outgun him pretty considerably. Most of his armament was in that pseudo-fighter fleet, and quite frankly, had we been set up to go after those pseudo-fighters first and foremost, we would have been fine. But because we decided to focus on the Shrike here instead of a pseudo-fighter force, we took a really rough pounding. We will know for the future not to ignore those pseudo-fighters, but for now, let's see if we can't just finish this battle. We're 9 points of power down from where we'd like to be. We are pulling in on his tail, though, so that will put us in a somewhat commanding position. I need more power. Just keep us in his tail. Keep us in his blind spot. That's where we need to be. So long as we're here, he can't really shoot us back. He has managed to fix all of his plasma, which sucks. He's also now going at a speed of 2.5, which means it's impossible for us to jump a mine on him. Not good. So we're just going to start planking away with phasers. And staying behind him. Because as long as we can just keep firing phasers, it's one turn, we'll get them back every time. And really the big stick that we've got is our plasma torpedoes. How long is it going to take for our engines to come back? We're at 80% on a high energy turn. And just keep plinking away with phasers. There's really not much else we can do. Until he comes out of cloak. And lets us really hurt him. All our firepower, couldn't hit a darn one. I shouldn't be too surprised, but it is annoying. Will you come out of cloak so I can shoot you? It's kind of important. Just a little bit. So he's now doing a speed of 4. All weapons fire! Whew! Well, that was close. You decided to come out of cloak with us on top of him, and while you're decloaking, you're not able to fire your weapons. You're also not able to dump shuttles or transport things. So we had a perfect opportunity just to annihilate him. And we did. 300 prestige, and we gotta go home now, because we are battered, bloodied, and in a lot of pain. So let's go here. Hi, we're home. Shipyard. 9,000 for the battleship, 2,800 for a heavy battlecruiser, 3 plasma S's, 2 plasma F's, and 10 phaser 1s. So it's basically our ship plus an additional plasma torpedo. It's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just that I was hoping for more. 3 plasma S's, 2 plasma... So what's the difference? Melchinks and PFs. Oh, so this carries pseudo-fighters. Oh, mech links, not Melchinks. So mech links are, you can anchor a pseudo-fighter to the outside of your hull, rather than having to, rather than having an actual hangar bay for it. So that would give us 2 pseudo-fighters. Pseudo-fighters carry about 2 plasma torpedoes each. It's tempting, but we are so very close. We are really close to being able to afford a battleship. And by the time we get there, we might be in range to afford the really big battleships. Because I'm assuming there's a larger battleship than this. Is there? Yeah, the BBF, which has pseudo-fighters on board. So we'll be looking around for that. So let's just go supplies, 270 damage. Wow, those pseudo-fighters cause a real amount of pain on us. We also need 25 points for the shuttles, a whole bunch of spare parts, some more mines if you don't mind, and marines, because marines are always useful to have to do many things in this game. We spent about 500 prestige on that. I don't feel like ambushing the enemy. Pop over here and maintain our hold. And we're going to scout. Scouting is more fun than surprise reversed. Surprise reverse is enjoyable to a certain level, and it does make you a lot of cash. But at the end of the day, it is a bit of a turkey shoot. And so it's not quite as fun as it possibly could be. So we are fully energized. Prep the Wild Weasel. No target in sight as of right now. Oh, mission is complete. Apparently the enemy wasn't even here. Here I was all gearing up for a battle, getting ready, mentally preparing myself for the crash of plasma fire. But hey, if you just want to give me free 300 prestige, I will more than happily take that. I didn't want to come here, because that's a nebula. And of course it did. Hey, we're going to surprise reverse in the nebula. Why? Because this is probably going to be the easiest way to take this nebula. Remember how I just said surprise reverses weren't very interesting? Well, this is part of the reason why. So we are currently being escorted by a Chevy Impala for reasons yet unknown to us. So let's increase our speed. We do not have to worry about being able to dump shuttles because, well, 1, it's a surprise reversed, and 2, you can't use shuttles in a nebula. We are fighting the ISC. We have ambushed the ISC, I see. That I didn't mean to do that, but it worked. And, yeah. That's kind of interesting. I have not yet installed the new ship design pack. I really need to get around to doing that, because it'll make the ISC look more like their tabletop counterparts. So we're currently needing to increase our speed. Luckily, we haven't reached the speed that we were set at, so we didn't lose any time. Increase the speed of time! There goes that little four-door sedan, blasting away at the enemy with phasers. Interesting. It is a HDD C3. I'm assuming you're just a heavy war destroyer. You are equipped with some interesting C-racks. Unfortunately, you're probably not going to be able to use them all that effectively in this nebula. Yeah, 1 already blew up. 2 blew up. Yeah. That's the problem with missile ships in nebulas. The nebulas tend to make the missiles explode. By tend to, I mean they do. They generate damage over time. And it's painful. All the plasma. I think it also does it to plasma. I probably should have gotten a little bit closer before I decided to dump a ton of plasma. You took almost no damage. Just, what? I'm impressed. I didn't think that ISC ships were that tough. I mean, I knew they were tough, but not that tough. So we've managed to knock out a whole bunch of systems, but he's still pretty much alive. We don't want to have a repeat of what, well, most of our early surprise reverses are in this game. The Impala has destroyed his target before we did. We're the plasma armed ship, and we didn't manage to kill our target first. Slide up again for another big phaser rush. Oh yeah, we have only point-blank range phasers because of the nebula. I forgot. Everybody gets a defense and attack shift of 3. A destroyer just became active. That's not good. This is going to be an actual fight now. With plasma. I want to make that very clear. Okay, you're dead. And you're getting all the weapons. Because I would rather have everybody properly dead and then go for these guys than to mess around with these guys. So he has a single plasma F torpedo that we're going to have to respect to a certain extent. We can't drop shuttles, so there's no point in wasting any time with that. Let's just keep firing phasers away. We have a lot of phasers. We are Gorn, so we do this jump pretty good. I should probably slow down the speed of time. Yeah, we are in an actual fight, even though I don't want to be. So we're going to come around nice and slowly to starboard. Continue to lash out with our phasers. We've been surprisingly accurate, and the Impala finishing off the enemy. So, good job. And just an absolute metric ton of prestige would be nice. I would definitely go for that. I would be a fan of tons and tons of prestige. 300, that's not awful. So once again, we have managed to secure our position here right on the border of Remus. I'm going to call that Remus because I'm assuming this is Romulus. But I think that's where we're going to wrap it up for today. We have basically been securing our foothold once again, taking territory rather than just rushing around for the primary hearts, which is a little bit of a strategy than what we normally do. Normally we aim for the main stations and sectors, or the main stations and planets, and just knock out everything around them. But this season we've definitely been much more take everything in your path, except of course for this, because those gosh darn raiders causing gosh darn problems. But we will slowly just grind our way through. It's a much more Lizard Fortress Man style strategy, and I think it much more fits the sort of people that we are. That's not a Gorn voice at all. That we are. That's much more Gorn. Anyway, so I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.